My name is Onyenekewe or Saze Momo. About myself, well, I like to think that I am a multi-talented person. My passion for satisfying clients, for satisfying guests, actually was a thing for me. And then coming out of the University of Lagos, I then saw the need to put together girls who were not just about just making money, but girls who were actually passionate about service, passionate about giving good service for events. And then that pushed me to actually begin an ushering outlet, KM Ushers, and that's where we are now. I've been in this line of business for, I think, about 8 years. I would say for this line of business, requirements for personnel and then recruiting. First, what I try to look out for, or what KM Ushers try to look out for, professionalism. We try to look out for girls who are passionate about giving good delivery, not just about coming to events for the sake of making money, but girls who are passionate about serving. And then I actually look at beauty also, whether you like it or not. Yeah, and beauty I know means different things to different people. But for this line of business, physical attractiveness, first things first, is actually before an usher even gets to speak, before you even get to know, oh, is she smelling good or not? When they sort of try to send their CVs and all of that, what you see, what you should be able to be appealing to the eyes. That's for me, for this line of business. That's what we actually look out for, amongst other things. In terms of body type and beauty, I think yes, we have standard sizes. We need girls to fall under some sizes for the purpose of our business. I would say for the most prevailing, to put pen on paper, size 8, size 6, and size 10. That's for body size. And then for curviness and well, majorly that's not really a criteria for us at KM Ushers. Yeah. I think that the client needs majorly has formed this standard over time. And also, like I said, experience from issues that arise in events and all of that. When I started as an hostess, I would say that I thought I didn't get some jobs because I was really, really dark. I thought then I wasn't getting some jobs because there are some jobs you go for auditioning for. We have some of those kind of events. And then I see that, oh, the lighter skinned girls are the ones who end up getting the jobs. And I really felt bad then because I'm like, okay, so where's our place as the dark skinned girls? There are also some jobs that you'd see the dark skinned girls are the ones who are sought after. I think that the lighter skin from experience, they're much more desired for this kind of jobs. I wouldn't say it's a bias. Well, some school of thought might think that it's a bias, but I think it's just the business. That's why we tend to go for the ones who are more light toned for some kind of jobs, especially for occasions where you hear they're doing awards and all of that. The light skinned girls would beat it. I try as much as to give clients how they want it. If my client tells me he or she wants the light-skinned girls, we give them. They want tall girls, we give them. And then if it's just for some jobs like the weddings and all of that socials we do for, I try to also find a mix around it. So my position, I don't think it changes for the type of service that I deliver. I think it's just a criteria, it's just what is expected. And that's just the standard bias that has been formed without any form of disadvantage to anybody, so to say. Well, I think to a large extent, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This has affected young women generally. It has affected me. But then I still feel that every young lady needs to understand that this is the way it is. These are the criteria needed and even the standards that have been formed from experience. Young ladies should actually understand it is not to their disadvantage, so to say. But like I earlier said, they can look for other things, even in the event industry, that they can plunge into to actually still create value and all of that. But for the sake of ushering and all, it's an unwritten standard that the light-skinned girls actually get more jobs than the dark-skinned girls.
When I was 15, I actually saved money when I see people creaming their body, and my mom doesn't buy cream for me. There was a day I just packed the money that, oh, wait, no, she told you this money is enough. So I entered one shop, like, I want to buy cream. Immediately the woman saw me, she screamed, she shouted, like, can you embarrass me cream? She was telling me that, what does the master want to use cream for? She embarrassed me in presence of everybody. They called me ugly. They called me a monster. They were scared of me. But now, I know better. I am a woman. I am a beauty. I am special and unique and beautiful in my own way. Today, I am happy to say I am free from society negativity. Take a look at me now, a model, a symbol of beauty, hope and strength to so many. Let society do ours. I choose to do me. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
My name is Awaumi.
I'm Ogenekere.
Do you consider me beautiful?
Yes.
But watching you speaking, you're talking about fair and then dark skin. Do you consider someone like me working in your industry?
No,
Why?
because that's the criteria for the standards that have been formed.
So you think someone like me can't work with you because I'm not even dark, I'm not even light skin, and I heard you said someone light skin actually get job more
Yeah.
than dark, and then I don't even have both, either light or dark. What do you think you can do to that? Do you think I don't have any opportunity to work, or do you expect me to leave the industry? If I'm even moving to your industry, I should, but I'm not coming there, I should just look for something else. You don't want me to make that money you guys are making?
You already said the answer. Yes, so I think for our type of business, I think you will not you won't go higher there. So it's better you look for another thing or another segments to create value.
Have you even tried to put me, someone, a freckles and a dark skin in your list and let your client decide? Or is it because you're making money from it, you just decided like, you don't want someone like me or a dark skin to have chance?
I've not had an experience, so to say, with anybody with freckles, but I know I've had experience with girls who have heavy skin issues like pimples and all of that. And they would be the ones to even say, oh, no, once I cover all of this with makeup, it's all covered. And yes, why not? I add them to the list, you get. But then coming from the needs of my clients, we usually send a one-pager notes, and clients specifically state their needs. I can't go against my clients apart from trying to, like you said, make money and all of that. My business has to be sustained. And what sustains my business after the value we're giving is what we're getting in return, which is, yes, the money.
You as a business owner,
Yeah.
there is a way you could convince your clients about, okay, we have some certain skin type, like, okay, we have a dark skin. Why are we not trying to look at this dark skin for this kind of job? It will look more. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
You can do that. There are times you can do that, but to be real, there are times even when you do that, it doesn't fly. And then from experience, why would I end up wasting my consultation time when I know, oh, this is already the perception that has been formed in the industry?
Do you think you can change some things in your industry? Because
Of course
for
I
someone
can.
to bring out, okay, this is something we need in the
Yeah.
industry, there should have been an experience,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So before you can say, okay, oh, a light-skinned person has more chances, definitely because you felt like, okay, light skin has more chances. So why are you not thinking of, okay, you can be different and then bring in people like my kind of skin, a freckles, a dark skin into your industry more. Don't let them feel depressed because the word fair makes like, okay, if I'm not fair, I can't do this job. Is it because of the interest of the money? Are you not thinking of, if you are passionate about your own business, there should be a way you should convince your client enough. Like, okay, I have this, and then, sir, ma, you can use it for this kind of thing. They can deliver exact thing a first skin is delivering. The first thing has to deliver.
Conviction is relative. So conviction for client A is different from a client B. Now you should understand that for the ushering business, I'm not just serving this cup. I have this client, but this client has 1,000 guests. How do you need us to explain, even if our client understands, how does our client tend to explain to his 1,000 guests that this person is capable of delivering events needs, of telling guests to go sit, of being able to serve guests and all of that? You can't convince everybody.
Okay, at the same time,
So it's better you
this
avoid
glass
it.
of water has water. There's a particular brand that owns this water, right?
Yeah.
And you can, exact water is still the same thing here. And I can convince my client, okay, let's make use of this water. And my client to answer, okay, since it's water, and they could give me the same value. So if I could convince my client and we are
Like
using
I
that
told
same,
you, like-
another brand water.
Like I said, there are people you can convince and there are people you cannot convince because of the perception.
But you know, with this, you can make some of us feel depressed. Because it's like you reject. It's more like a rejection.
I was rejected, like I said. I've been rejected for various jobs.
And when
Life
you are
is not-
rejected,
life is
you
unfair.
actually work on yourself, right? I felt like since you are rejected and you work on yourself to own a brand now, I think you should come from the aspect of me feeling rejected also, and you should. I think once you are rejected, when you are in a state of my way, what I'm trying to say.
I reject some ushers. I tell them bluntly, you cannot work with me on this particular job. But don't worry, something else will come. I do kiddies, I do other types of events, then I bring them on. Sometimes I tell them, okay, meet this event decorator. So life is unfair, generally.
I understand life is unfair, but you don't have to come from the aspect of you are being rejected. And I felt like if you have a past and you are in a situation that you felt now relaxed, you should not forget your past. You should actually work on something that will
but you cannot. You need
past.
to choose your struggle, or you need to choose where you are exerting your pressures to make your life or your brand easy. You need to choose your struggle. There's some
what do you
things that
feel
you
I
cannot
need?
change, and then
What do you
things you can
What do you
change.
think I need to do to be in that exact ushering organization?
Like I told you, yes, you might have few jobs or fewer jobs who clients do not mind how the person looks. Just come and then serve. You might not be in people's face. It might be in people's face. It could be a kids' party and all of that. So those kind of jobs, you can still communicate to the event company, the event ushering company that you're interested in. I'm always available. I've communicated like for 3 years for a particular agency because I really wanted to work with them. But they kept telling me, you are not up to these heights as a standard for us. I didn't fight them. I didn't grow taller overnight. I looked for the other ushering agencies that needed my own type of standards.
So are you telling me now that since you want to reject me and you don't want me to come into that space, are you thinking I should move? No, you are an expert. Yeah. I'm expecting you to give me an advice. But what you are still giving me, you're still like a rejection. You don't have to put it in a space like only light skin have to work. You don't have to let me feel depressed. You don't have to let me feel rejected.
It is for you to want to feel depressed if you want to feel depressed. Like I told you, I didn't feel depressed. Okay, yes, I felt bad. I felt frustrated at some point. But I had to pick up myself to see where I could also add value to. Do you own a business?
Yes.
You own a business, right?
Do.
That's good. You would want to exert pressure, like I earlier said, and I'm still standing on it. You want to choose your struggle and exert pressure where you would feel like not even where you feel like it's 24 hours. I cannot use 6 of my 24 hours to convince a client when a client has a disposition on what he wants. And that has formed the standards that we now have, that we say, oh, we think many people are going for light-skinned girls more than the dark-skinned girls.
I think the more you tell your clients about a freckles or a dark skin type of skin, the more the world actually can move close to them, and they feel like, okay, at least a day they want, okay, let us give it a try. And I think that someone that like me that have a freckles or a dark skin, you don't have to feel rejected in any way. Oh, you keep pushing. Keep pushing. Any industry you are, you feel rejected or not, keep pushing until you make it. Because there's no particular way to success. You have to keep struggling till you make.
Get what you want.
Yes.
Okay. So I think now I understand where you're coming from, because I see somebody with so much passion for our industry, and am saying, okay, I'm pledging to educate as much as I can. Like, I already still have the position of, you cannot change everybody's perception. It's perception. That's the way it is. You cannot really change everybody, but as much as we can, like you have made me understand today, and I'm going to take it back to my own industry to be able to encourage clients as much as we can, to encourage clients of people who have other things aside the physical attractiveness in the head or in the mind of guests and clients, to give people like you, to give people like the dark skinned who are not as much as so light skinned that we think guests would want to see. We should give people a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll educate people more, we'll do this more as you guys come up more to also show your passion for our type of service that we deliver.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So it's a nice one. Thank you.
Okay.